joining me. I am going to make some lip balm from the Happy Hippy Honey Beeswax. And so what I have here is a bag full of the beeswax. And we have, this here has been cleaned up by the honeybees. After we go through and do all the cappings and let the honey drain out from the beeswax and the comb, this here we give it back to the bees and they clean it and dry it all up. So it's just wax, a little bit of honey residue, but this here is in great condition and is perfect, similar to pure wax granules, but this has a little bit of the pollen and honey and natural, byproducts or products that are in here with it all naturally, that when I go through this process it actually separates out, so the wax will be on the surface to make the lip balm, and the impurities or extras do sink to the bottom. So that's really nice that it does that during the processing. So very basic. I have already done one batch. And so this here is my first round of Happy Hippy Lip Balm. And I have some more tubes ready. I just purchased the lip balm tube refills. This here is just a clear snap-on caps and holds 0.15 ounce is the size of it. So it's a Millard brand. Anyhow, nice to have it locally, or I should say within the US. And so what we have here is, this is my testing container. So after I go through the process of melting down the wax granules and the coconut oil, and I melt it down, then this is my test bowl to just check consistency. And so this here I have prepared, I already measured it out, the wax and the coconut oil. And the coconut oil is from Tropical Traditions, also known as Healthy Traditions. And I really appreciate their standard and quality of coconut oil. They do glyphosate testing on everything. So anyhow, this is my big bucket of coconut oil. And so ratio is about 1:1 to start off, and then I usually check the consistency if it's a little grainy, or if the wax hasn't like melted down all the way, then I will either add a little coconut oil or I will put it on the low heat for a little bit longer period of time. And so what I have here is already blended up, and this is a day 2 for processing. Not needed. It happens very, very quickly, but got interrupted. So this here we are going to just melt down on very, very low heat. And then we will do a test run in our sampler dish just to see what the consistency is. And if it is ready, then we will fill our tubes and let it set. I will do the cappings on the others, and I've done a couple labels in the past, but for the most part it's just gifts for friends and family, so no official labeling like we do on the Happy Hippy Honey. And so we really enjoy it, but it makes a wonderful birthday or just thank you gifts, just something I know a couple friends of ours just enjoy. They really love the simplicity and purity of the organic coconut oil, and the little like hint of honey residue, flavor and natural honey that's left in the wax, and how without any extra essential oils or any other flavoring, how that just stands out. And so that very simple blend of the two is just a perfect product in their eyes. So very thankful for that. So this here is one big piece of balm. So it's kind of like a balm bar, that we have right now. So we're just waiting for this to melt back down and have a little bit of an idea of the consistency. What's seeping through right now is the honey and the propolis, maybe some pollen, other things that were left in the wax that once this is heated, it will naturally separate and go to the bottom. So from the original wax and cappings from the comb there, anything that's left in there, it does separate naturally and go to the bottom, and then the wax and coconut oil do rise to the top, so that really helps as I'm filling up the tubes and testing this out. So no pre-filter needed, just the process of it all with a little bit of warming. So that's what shows up in there as I was pressing it down as it's starting to melt. Consistency of that balm block seems pretty good, but I think we need to just melt it down a little bit more, make sure that all of the wax is completely melted and infused with the coconut oil so that there is a nice smooth consistency. I did try a few other things in the past. I've added in a couple drops of peppermint or orange, or maybe even something kind of earthy like nutmeg or clove. However, throughout the years, this just seemed to be what we enjoy the most. And I guess like many things as you go through, it's nice just to keep it simple and enjoy a basic combination, minimal ingredients, and it's don't need to add any bells or whistles. It's just right as God provided. Some of the lip balms I will clean out and reuse the containers. So these here have some residue in the bottom, and I will just clean them out, turn the dial down, and refill them. So I keep these separate just for personal use, and then the brand new containers as I'm filling those, and those of course I can share with family and friends. But I try to save and reuse containers, recycle, repurpose as much as possible, especially when it comes to plastic. So on this portion here, I have the wax melted and some of the tubes ready to go, and so I poured some into this dish just to get an idea for consistency. A little bit left yet to cool down. Once that cools down, then I will dip my finger into it and get an idea if all of the wax has officially melted, if it's infused. So a little bit warm. Just pushing down a little bit to see if any like chunks, but I think it is pretty good. Nice thing about this product is you can just moisturize as you go. Okay, so I will place this back in, and I'm just taking a moment to liquefy that. It might melt right in here without even having to put it back on the heat. Yeah, that was pretty fast. Okay, and I'm ready to fill the tubes. Do need to make sure that these are all the way down. And there's sometimes little pieces of bee debris or something, a little speck will get in there, and I just leave it. I think it's completely fine. Notice it and get it out when the time comes. All natural. This process is just really slow and steady. And now you can see a little bit, there's how it's separating. So from the very bottom is where all the residue is at, and the wax is still on the top.